G'day there, Ray Corcoran here. In this week's video, I'm going to be going over my goals for 2021 and which ones I hit and which ones I missed, and also more importantly, what are my goals for 2022. I don't do typically like really long lists of goals. Usually I have like 3 or 4 hard things that I'd rather focus on, and I find that's much easier rather than having a million things to focus on. So in 2021, one of my main goals was to buy 2 investment properties. Unfortunately, I only got 1, but I'm still very happy about that. Of course, very grateful for that, but it just ended up being a total shit show, to be honest. So it was hard to find the right kind of properties with the right kind of numbers. I used a buyer's agent again for this particular property, and they kind of quoted me 4 or 5 weeks to get this property. It's a hot market, all that sort of stuff. And I said, yep, that's fine. It ended up being like over 16 weeks for them to find a property. And while I do like using them, it was very frustrating, and it kind of pissed me off, to be honest, because if I'd known it was going to take that long with them, I would have either A, done it myself, or B, would have gone with someone else that maybe was good but didn't have such a huge queue of people to buy a house for before me. It's a bit of a double-edged sword. Obviously, good people are going to be in demand, but at the end of the day, I pay a buyer's agent to save me time, and I didn't really save a lot of time, to be honest. But we got a decent property in the end, so I guess it all balances out. I had aimed to get 1 property sort of like in the middle of the year and 1 towards the end of the year, but at the moment we bought a property in regional Queensland, and that is going to be settling in a couple of weeks. So I am really excited about that, and that is great. The next one was to actually start this YouTube channel and get it to 10,000 subscribers. So I was a little bit off on that one. But I'm really happy I started this channel. Hopefully you enjoy the videos, and I appreciate everyone watching and taking their time to check them out. I really appreciate it. It ended up being way harder than I expected. I see why a lot of people quit YouTube, because it just takes so much time. I used to do a lot of videos, I still do videos for my marketing agency and my business to sort of promote that. And I can do videos where I talk face to camera for 10 minutes and do it in 1 take, because I've just done it hundreds of times before. And I naively assumed when I got into this that I was like, how do people struggle to do 3 YouTube videos a week? I was like, I could do that easily. But I soon realized that the whole process of coming up with ideas, coming up with titles, writing descriptions, scripting out a video, setting up the lighting, learning about lighting and filming, which I'm still learning about, doing the video, doing multiple takes, and then you've got to start the promotion of the video, publishing it, optimizing it. There's so many little factors in doing a video. So it might be 12 minutes of content, but that might take 8 hours. Very often it will take, say 8 hours of work end to end for 1 video. And for me, this is a weekend thing for me. So I only do this on Saturdays and Sundays for a marketing agency that I actually pay my bills with, Monday to Fridays. So that is my main focus. So obviously I'd love to do this. Well, I'd love to do both full time, to be honest, but that's how I actually pay my bills. So that needs to be, and I've got clients that I have responsibilities with and that sort of thing. So I can't just drop everything and film videos all day, even though that would be very fun. One way I'm going to get around that is by making things a lot more efficient, but I'll talk about that in my 2022 goals. But we ended up getting, I started the channel, we did about, by the time this is posted, probably around just under the 50 video mark. So I had a target to do 104 videos, so 2 videos a week for the whole year. Didn't really come, I did half of it, so it's better than nothing, and I've had a lot of fun along the way. I've met lots of very cool people along the way, and learnt so much from different people. So some people with big property portfolios, some people with big stock portfolios, people that run big businesses. There's been so many different people I've met. So that's been one surprisingly awesome aspect of creating videos and publishing them, that they're just the people I've met. I said at the start of the year that if I got to the end of the year and I either A, had 0 traction, or B, I didn't enjoy doing it, or I really struggled to find time to do it, then I wouldn't keep doing it. But I wanted to give it a full year, and I've decided to renew it for another year. And I'm just going to take it piece by piece and just sort of see where it goes. So it's been a lot of fun, and ended up getting to, I think, 1150 subscribers or something like that. It's not 10,000, but it is a bit of a snowball effect and a compound effect. So I feel like I've got past, I was on 50 subscribers for 3 months at the start, and then it kind of started to get a bit of momentum. It's getting a lot more momentum now. So it does feel like it's getting easier and easier every single month. So I'm excited to see where I get at the end of 2022. The next goal was to hit record revenue in my business, and which I did that. So I'm very excited about that. One reason I'm really excited about that, aside from the obvious, is that obviously with everything that's been going on the last 2 years, it's been very turbulent. We've had, I feel for my clients that have had pretty crazy years. Some of them have been very stressed out. Everyone's been kind of stressed out and that sort of stuff. So to still hit record revenue, even though it's been a bit of a crazy year and I feel like I've done a lot of extra work to make sure that still happened. So I'm really happy about that. It's probably one of my favorite things that has happened this year. And yeah, hoping to build on that next year as well. And the fourth goal that I had for this year was to hire more staff. There was many things that I was doing myself, or I had like a couple of people, a couple of contractors that I would use. One big focus for me was getting more people so it was less dependent on my personal time and effort, and hiring people that are better than me at a number of things. So hiring them has reduced the dependency on me, where you can also output a lot more volume while still having great quality. So that's been an awesome thing. So we kind of ticked that goal off for the year as well. And I don't want to build an enormous team, to be honest, but I will definitely keep building on that next year. So one of my biggest goals for next year is to buy a family home. I'm kind of really set on doing it. We've already saved up the majority of the deposit. We've got a little bit more to go, and then we will start looking probably mid next year for a place. The Sydney housing market has been absolutely wild, so who knows how easy that's going to be, whether property is going to be, if there's going to be many options out there on the market, what a rent's going to be like as well, if we choose to keep renting during that time. There's a lot of different factors. Who knows, you might find that property prices may stabilize and we have plenty of time to save our deposit, but we will see how that pans out. This goal is kind of like an either or goal. So it's either A, buy a family home, or B, take the same amount of money that we would have spent on that and buy say 4 or 5 smaller investment properties. So we'll see how we go. It depends on what's out there. If I don't like any of the houses, me and my wife don't like any of the houses available or the prices that they're going for, we'll just keep reinvesting, because I still think that's a fantastic option. And yeah, we'll see how it pans out. Number 2 is getting to 10,000 subscribers. So that one is one that I really want to hit. One of the reasons I think I will hit it is because I'm planning to increase my volume of videos going out. So not dramatically, maybe to you, but just going from 1 to 2 videos a week and doing it consistently. So that will mean 104 videos over the course of next year. So that's one thing that is really hard for me to do, because during the week I've got the business, which needs to be, I need to have full attention on that. But when it gets to the weekend, I've also got family stuff. I've got a son. I've got, see my family, hang out with my immediate family, as well as friends and all that sort of stuff, do some fun stuff in between. So there's not a lot of time to do YouTube videos and promote them and all the jazz that comes with it on the weekend. So we'll see how we go, but my plan is to do 104 videos. That will give me the kind of volume I think I need to get those sorts of subscriber numbers, potentially doing more collaborations as well, with ideally the biggest channels I can find that are relevant and that aligned with my sort of style. And yeah, the third goal is really around getting the Instagram account to my finance Instagram account to 10,000 followers as well. This one's not really important, I guess, in terms of like YouTube is really the main thing that I'm focusing on. That's like the main column or pillar, and everything else is probably a nice to have. But the reason the Instagram account I would like to grow it is, one, for my own knowledge. I run a marketing agency. We don't do a lot with like organic Instagram stuff. That's not a service we've ever offered, but it is something that I'm learning a lot about on a regular basis. So I would like to increase that more and diversify the audience. So it's not just one audience on one platform. One thing that can happen is, algorithms change or whatever. So I don't want all my eggs in one basket. And it would be great to diversify that. And the way I'm going to get more content out is largely through batch creation of content, well, at least evergreen content. And that will mean that I can have maybe 6 months worth of posts pre-done. And those posts are going to be relevant whether it's January or June. And then there's going to be other posts that I'll choose to do that are a bit more topical based on current news or whatever it is. Those ones I can sort of squeeze in between them months. And the final one is systemizing my business. So a big thing for me is trying to deliver the same high level of quality and service to the customers while reducing my personal time involved to do that. So it's going to be through a number of ways. So 1, through continuing to hire more staff. 2, through improving our operations manual and continuing to build on that. So I'm starting to build out a whole series of training videos and Loom screen recordings, and that will all be housed on one sort of online operations manual for our team. And it means that I have lots of repetitive conversations sometimes with the team, with different people. I've already spoken to one person about how to do a particular thing a certain way to do it right. I have to have that conversation sometimes with another team member. And if I had a video filmed that explained that, I would be able to share that with both of them without having to have a conversation, and they can refer back to that information whenever they choose. That's gonna be a big priority for me. Maybe not a lot of people care about that. It's probably more like an internal company thing that I'm focusing on, but I thought I'd just share some of the things that are on my mind going into next year. And yeah, so I hope you found that useful. Please leave a comment below if you have any particular goals or anything like that that you would love to share in terms of either A, stuff you did Is there anything that you're proud of that you did financially in 2021? Or if you have any massive goals for 2022, I would love to hear them. I love hearing what other people's objectives are. Sometimes it makes me want to increase my goals. So please share it, and yeah,